the gender blenders folks are going to recognize you with that nice pink hair.
No, you know, we could always just talk about lions and tigers and bears.
Ooh! Ah! Hi, gender blenders!
Hi!
Welcome to week 140.
140?
Yeah, this is 140th week that Gender Blenders has been going. October is also LGBT History Month. Is there any person or event in LGBT history, past or present, that stands out for you?
I wonder if there's any tie between LGBT being the month of October and Halloween being the month of October.
There might be more than a little tie there. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Are we going back to the lines?
No, we're not going to go there. No, the Wizard of Ed. Okay.
And anyway, I think we've got a treat for you this time.
Yeah.
Because we are going to talk about Harry Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazingly, you know, he has done more for the world. And the world looks at his definitions and his scales and uses his definitions and scales worldwide in both the professional and in the medical associations by Harry G. Benjamin, which, you know, the WPATH standards of care, based around the Harry G. Benjamin aspect of in the phenomenon between the differences of transgendered individuals and transsexuals, which are obviously much, much different. So that's why they do separate them in the WPATH standards of care. In any case, yeah, Harry G. Benjamin did a lot for us in defining who we were, giving us an identity, because, you know, I was born transsexual. And as we know, transsexuals it carries a precise medical definition as to what we are. It gives us our identity as to who we are, although we had to hide it so much more, and that was even tougher to hide and pretend to be someone that you're not, versus hiding whether or not you are gay or lesbian or bisexual, because that's just a matter of, you know, what your preferences and stuff are. Trying to be a guy when you're not, when you're a girl, is very difficult to do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm asked, and I'm always telling people, I don't know what it's like to be a guy. A lot of people said I did a pretty good job, but I'm going, you know what, but I just copycatted.
Yeah, well, we end up being pretty good actors and actresses, you know,
that's the only thing that we could do. As we know now, LGBT stands for lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transsexuals, not transgender. I.e., therefore, you have LGBT, which would be noun, versus noun, adjective, which is an umbrella term for transgender. Everybody wants to add every letter in the alphabet. Pretty soon, it's not going to be LGBT. It's going to be LGB. It's going to be a total of 26 some odd letters as soon as everybody figures out what in the world word to use for each of the letters of the alphabet. We need to separate ourselves from that, I believe. You know, it's just...
it's getting a little bit out of hand.
It is way out of hand. You know, we have Pride, and that is for, you know, lesbians, the gays, bisexuals, and the transsexuals, who are well-defined. There's been a lot of evolution, you know, that has occurred.
And actually, a lot of that evolution, we can thank
Harry G. Benjamin for.
Exactly.
Absolutely. By all means, you know, it's a precise definition. Condition. It's not... You know, it's not an infliction. It's not a disease. It's not something that's curable. In fact, it's been found that those people who have ever tried to cure somebody or something like this, whether it be in a gay society or especially the transsexual society, since ours is physical, an actual physical, precise condition, has created more dysphoria and has created even higher percentages of those wanting to commit suicides and stuff like that. Yeah, because you can't change the physical anatomy.
Right.
You know, Harry G. Benjamin, you know, it started in 1956. I was born in 1955.
You're not supposed to give your age.
Huh?
You're not supposed to give your age.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Not if you don't know what today is.
That's true. We could be recording this on a different time zone.
That's right. You know, we're in Thailand. I'm still on Thailand time.
Well, about you. I'm still partially on Thailand time.
Yeah. Ah. Transsexuals and stuff like that require gender correction most of the time.
Mhm.
Most of the time. I mean, there are a lot of us who don't go through, do not need what they call the non-surgical type.
Yeah.
And it used to be, the Benjamin scale only defines 3 levels, and that is they said they call it non-surgical, but that's the low level transsexual, and then you have the mid-level transsexual. May or want to have some form of do some form of transition,
Right.
Be it medical transitioning to hormone therapy, so on and so forth, and they find themselves quite happy with that. And then you have the intense level, which they're going to want to do something that's going to completely make themselves identifiable. You still find that in all other categories, and the intense mostly want to go and have the surgeries and stuff like that, looking for the affordability. And then you have the extremes, and the extremes absolutely necessarily have to have, which is what I am, because it's either that or die, and you knew that. Yeah. Thus, it required a lot more surgeries too.
Sure.
I literally, seriously, told you, yes, and we're going to describe a lot of this later in this video. I literally feel like I've been cut in half and re-sewn back together, because they had to do so much work on me over in Thailand. And yeah, I'm kind of like leaning over, but not toward my sister. I'm leaning over because I have to say it's kind of uncomfortable right now, but I'm going to. There's a lot of slow healing. Well, if you notice, the hole's gone.
The hole's gone.
Yeah,
Yay!
But there's still a little swelling and stuff there that I have to go through and get that down.
It's
And the
going
nose, they
on.
made the nose smaller. Not as small as what I wanted, but it's better. I don't have that big flare anymore. So, well, I wish I had a more of a flare, but I'm working on it. So, but okay. And transgender didn't become popular until the early 1960s. Mid 1960s, they decided to start using the word transgender as an umbrella term. And basically that was to decide and disseminate and describe themselves away from those who were transsexual, based upon the fact that transsexuals were a phenomenon, as Harry G. Benjamin explained, that science was very, very adamantly attracted to, and wanting lab experiments and wanting to dissect people and so on and so forth to describe and to more precisely define the medical condition upon which we are born. So the transgender people decided, okay, we'll call ourselves transgendered. Then we will not be so attractive to the scientific community, because drag queens, you can't go in and dissect them to find out what makes them a drag queen. That's a profession. Same thing with drag kings and cross-dressers and so forth. It defined them away from us who were transsexual. Or Christine Jorgensen, who was one of the originals. Who, when they came out, she came out. She couldn't come out in society. In fact, had to go over to another country and secretively go through her operation, change her identity, and then live with a relative overseas throughout most of the rest of her life. And she was transsexual. She was a girl, and she needed to seek that correction, and someone decided there was a way of doing it. So we came a long, 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 long way. Transsexualism is something that you were born with. It's something that you are. But, in reality, after you've been corrected, you are ex-transsexual, or what's it called? Post-op.
Post-op.
Now, pre-op, you're transsexual. Post-op, you have corrected yourself. Once corrected yourself, I'm a girl. I'm a plain and simple girl. Do I still have some damage? I have some being worked on. There's different ways that we need, even spell out the WPATH, that we need care for.
Exactly. He defined the terms. He defined the different levels of transsexuality.
Yes, he did.
And wasn't he also very instrumental in being able to prove that indeed there is a physical difference in our brain structure versus that of cisgendered folks?
Yes, he did. but
Yeah.
based upon the hypothalamus of the brain, so forth, the difference in sizes between male and female, it was found through Harry G. Benjamin that you can't vary that one way or the other. You can't make there's a definition between the wiring and the structural makeup of a female brain versus a male brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Harry G. Benjamin made that discovery. Was that hey, there is, and it starts right there at the hypothalamus.
Yeah, and follow on from that, there's been a lot of things that absolutely prove there is a difference in the brain, and
Yeah.
it's easy to find it. You don't have to do it posthumously or post-mortem.
But intersex people and stuff like that are all transsexuals to one degree or another, and we are. It's nature selected.
Yeah.
It's a natural selection of things that nature does to us. Some of us have more female parts than others, but we're still all transsexuals.
That's right.
Because we have that difference that developed prior to our birth. It was a part of the development process.
Yeah, so it's a development process. So in some sense you can call it certainly is natural, but you can certainly call it like a birth defect or something like that.
But you don't want to call it, but it's not a birth defect. I guess it could. No. We just have additional. It could be classified as being a defect, but they try to stay away from that because since it has a precise meaning and definition. Unless we wanted to say that a lot of things in the Bible were based on birth defects.
Well, some things were actually.
No. I know you'd like to prove that. Oh, okay. Well, in any case, it's been a nice talk here. I've kind of enjoyed it, and as far as the LGBT history, like I said, there is no one that I know of who has contributed more.
Yeah,
to the LGBT community.
Us. Yeah.
It's a natural thing at birth. It is not something that you just develop in or acquire. I guess there isn't such thing as an acquired taste. I mean, I like Scotch, and at first I didn't like it.
Right.
But that is not something genetically.
Yeah.
It's not. It has
those
nothing
kinds
to
of
do with
things.
genetics.
It's nothing that. Yeah, it's not genetics, and it's also nothing that you can pray away. I mean, one could say one could pray away Michelle Bachmann, but that won't work either. I mean, Ooh, that was a low blow.
but like I said, I tried praying it away, and if there'd have been a magic pill for me that I could have taken that would just cured it all. Trust me, I would have taken it in a heartbeat. What I got going through, what I went through, facing the surgery, and everything else that I went to, that's hell on wheels. Yeah, and I mean, I'm sitting here very uncomfortable. I'm sitting here very uncomfortable.
You're sitting there
on both sides.
On the donuts and.
And they had to cut underneath both of my arms to go down and do some intermuscular, work and so on and so forth. Well, that's not fun.
Yeah.
This is not something that you put yourself through just because or for the hell of it. I would rather have never had to have gone through it. Trust me, I was scared. Yeah. Oh, I was scared like crap. You know that. And I had wonderful, wonderful, wonderful surgeons. Dr. Preecha himself, the legendary Dr. Preecha, for sexual reassignment surgeries, as well as Dr. Byrne and the entire PAI staff, who there in Thailand, in Bangkok. Right. Wonderful people. Yeah. And I highly recommend them. Folks, in fact, we're going to get putting something together with them to help other people, and transsexuals such as myself. To make things more affordable, because a lot of people turn away from it because they can't afford it, and because it is not something that is really available to them. So we're going to work on that. We're working with them. So until next week, I'm Stephanie, and I'm Steffi. Have a nice night. Bye, everyone. Bye. Whoops. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, I tried. You did. Yeah, I just banged the mouse. Oh.